Hi everyone, I'm Brittany Renner.
I'm Tarika Foster Brasby.
I'm Pearl Davis.
And I'm Dylan Gonzalez, and this is the GFY show.
We are no strangers to controversy.
And we're not afraid to speak our truth.
And we're committed to our love of culture, entertainment, and sports.
And the athletes that play them. We make our own rules here, and if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Now, let's dive right in. What we got on the list today? Entertainment energy. Krishan Rock was arrested with her baby and was taken away to, I guess, stay with a close friend. Her baby was. Not really sure what happened. I guess she went to Blueface's hearing and got arrested. She had a felony warrant. Yeah.
How do you forget you have a felony warrant for your arrest?
So what are your immediate thoughts, Pearl?
That some people should not have children.
Shit. Shit.
What?
Dylan, how do you feel?
This poor child. It's like them neglecting this kid on live.
I didn't see it, so I didn't know what happened. I'm so lost.
She basically just went to his hearing and she got arrested right after.
It's so terrible.
How do you feel about it?
Okay, so I feel like it just hurts. Like it hurts because this is the type of stuff that gets constantly fed and regurgitated for the culture. Like when I mentor so many children and youth and young ladies and whatever, and this is the stuff that they're obsessed with. And unfortunately, it kind of creates this poor value system.
Yeah.
Even if it's just in the subconscious mind, because everybody just remember something. Our belief systems aren't just religious partialities. In fact, they're just simply the thoughts you think about most often. So when you're regurgitating this stuff, watching it over and over, you tend to kind of plant these seeds, and then you follow in these kind of same footsteps without even really realizing it, like signing up for this kind of toxicity. And I just feel like it's going to be this kind of chain reaction, because I feel like a lot of the culture, and this is absolutely no shade because this is somebody who's part of this culture, probably has ADHD and all these different things. So they want attention. They want things that make them feel something, feel of value, feel of worth. Even in this poor case scenario, it's we're just seeing a whole bunch of emotional meltdowns and breakdowns of people who don't have the control over their emotional capacity because they weren't taught. So now you have this kid, this baby that's in the mix, this poor innocent little baby. And it just really breaks my heart. And when I think about, again, what this child so early, the trauma that he's having to go through, just breaks my heart.
I think there's another dynamic to this too that probably might get missed, and that's the essence of sometimes women do the most for men who may not necessarily do the most for them. And so I don't know the relationship between Krishan and Blueface, to make any assumptions about what they are, what they do, or whatnot. But I know that there's this natural essence that sometimes we would have, especially as Black women, where it's I got to show up for this guy, I got to show up for this man, I got to show him that I'm loyal, that I got his support, blah, 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 the father of my child. And at the end of the day, if you know that maybe there's something that's not going to work out beneficial for you on the back end, like showing up to court knowing that you got a warrant, you don't have to prove to anybody how down you are. That was a moment where you were listen, bro, you got your own situation, I got my own situation, and it's not going to benefit either of us for me to put myself into the situation. But in a larger sense, sometimes that just happens. Sometimes women do that. They continue to put themselves in situations that they don't need to prove this unnecessary loyalty to a man. And it's why do you need to do that?
Craziness. What do you think?
They're both crazy. They're both insane.
Pisces, they're a Pisces and Aquarius mix. And I think my biggest thing is I see two sides of it. When she got his face tatted, I was all right, I'm really done with this. Right coming up on your neck, and then you got his face tatted, I'm really done with you. But then there's the other side of me too that's a bit more empathetic, where I'm this is clearly the most that she has felt loved, because that's why she goes so hard for it in my mind.
But she didn't pass the lie detector test when they asked if she cheated on him.
But in your argument, because you make a lot of arguments about the cheating stuff, you have said, or I feel like you support generalization of
Accepting
you
it.
can cheat on someone and still
this
love
is-
them. So
this
how
is-
is that
Well, men and
different?
women are different. When women cheat, it's the end of the relationship. When
Oh.
men cheat, it's not that bad. Especially, what do you expect when you date celebrities? Every woman has the option to go after normal men. They're much more loyal. But yet she chooses to go after Blueface, a rapper. Are rappers known for being loyal? Anybody? And then we're shocked when he cheats.
My
I don't know
question
if
to
we're
you
shocked.
is because you're dating someone, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Would you consider him normal or is he in the limelight?
It was normal.
Okay. So
Mhm.
what happens if he were to cheat on you?
I wish he. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't.
So if he
but-
were,
no,
right now.
I'd stay.
See, she's a better one than me because I've been
So-
with my man for 13 years and married for 8. And if that man cheat on me, I bet not never find out because that's it. That's the end. It's done. It's a wrap. I don't do this. Like, I don't go this back and forth thing. There's a line that is drawn with me from the very beginning. And that's the moment that you and I signed this document that said we are legally binding to each other, you said words to me that meant that you are committed to me. And that's fine. Our relationship
Well,
ain't strong enough for me
well,
to
but it-
survive cheating
for
because you don't
me,
have to. That's a conscious choice.
it depends.
You don't just fall in some
Pussy.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
Yeah,
just make
it
a mistake and
depends.
accidentally.
It-
Like, that's a conscious choice.
It depends how deep it is for me. Like, okay, is it a second family? That'd be a little much. I'd be like, okay, but
Incest is
So-
where she draws the line.
But so I
it's like okay, like one time, like a hoe one time. Do I really care?
it's kind of giving like the bar is like below sea level because in your argument you just said that like, oh, like he's a rapper, like what do you expect he's gonna cheat? So then you're saying like, I mean,
I said
a normal guy could still cheat. Like he's not exempt of cheating. So then it's like,
Well-
well, you're still saying. So then there's women across the board that accept
Well,
crumbs because I think
Well,
entry
yeah.
level in a relationship
Mhm.
is commitment. Unless you're into like polyamory, polygamy.
I'm not into polyamory, but I think we have to see what it is. We find 80% of men as unattractive or ugly. That's just a fact. Any woman in here, I'll show you 10 men, you're going to find 8 of them as ugly. If you're with a guy that you find attractive, he has the option to cheat because all the women want him.
I don't
And
know
that-
where you got that logic.
Dating
from.
apps, Instagram, and real life. They've done these studies in multiple places. They find the same thing. Even in history, it's like 8 men or 8 women reproduce for every 1 man. What does that mean? We all go for the same men. Pick your poison. You want a guy you find attractive or a guy you don't and he'll be loyal? You can't have it all.
There are
That's such a limiting belief.
It is
girl.
such a
Agreed.
limiting belief.
What?
Well,
You can't have it all.
You know what? I'll look at
To you.
I'll look at
For you.
You know
Speak
what?
for yourself.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You can live. Okay. Have you guys ever been in a situationship? Ever?
We all have.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we all have,
So what
yeah.
is that? That's the same thing.
But I think the difference is that there's a conscious
That's
choice.
the same thing.
There's a conscious choice that's made, at least for me. I can only speak for Tarika, but like there's a conscious choice to be in a situationship, not
Yes.
because I have to be or because I'm settling for this man to like, you know, he's gonna be with somebody, so it might as well just be me for the moment. Like, no, if we are in a situationship, that's because I have agreed to and allowed it. And when I'm done with this situationship, it will be done.
Well-
Like that's the power that
Well-
we have as women because we have something that men want unless men don't want
Well,
women.
do you know what I noticed too? Last show, you said your husband wasn't your type, right?
Not originally, no.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
So you went down on something you wanted.
No, I didn't say I didn't go down. Let's be careful with our words. Let's be careful with our words.
You said
He
last
definitely,
show.
yes. So my husband was not my type. And by that, I mean, I'm usually attracted naturally
Mhm.
to lighter skinned men. I like light skinned dudes. That's my
Yeah, there's
guy.
nothing
That
wrong
is,
with that.
everybody has a preference. That doesn't mean
Mhm.
that my husband is ugly or unattractive.
Ooh.
Just not the
I didn't-
typical. No, I know you didn't say
Yeah.
that. But I'm just saying, like, that is just not the guy that I have typically gone for. However, outside of that, there were other characteristics that attracted
Correct.
me to this person. And that is
Correct.
why
Correct.
we
But
weren't.
my point is that's typically what happens. Is women don't typically go for their type in order to get loyalty.
Oh no, I don't agree
That's-
with that.
Okay, well,
I mean,
that's what I've
because
seen.
in order to assume that that was the case, that would mean that I pursued my husband and that my husband didn't pursue me.
No,
Yeah,